guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Angela. And I felt like just showing off some decks today. So I decided to go ahead. I'm like, what can I do? Like, I don't know. So I decided to go ahead because we are about to enter very shortly in the next couple days Virgo season, Deacon 1. And I thought, because I am a Virgo, my birthday is the 2nd of September. I'm really looking forward to it because Leo Deacon 3 has kicked my butt. And I got to thinking, what decks immediately spring to mind when I think of Virgo? So I have 10 decks here. It's my top 10. Have more. I'm going to do a separate Oracle video also. So I have the top 10. This video is the top 10 tarot of Virgo season. So here we go. Without further ado, I'm going to show them all. The first one is my soul deck. It's the deck, if I had to get rid of everything else but this one, it would be my Light Seers Tarot. It is published by Hay House. They're getting ready on Tuesday, the 22nd. Today's the 20th. My brother's birthday today. Today is August 20th, 2023. Comes a little book. Everybody's seen this deck because everybody's got this deck. I've edged it in teal. This is my soul deck. I love it. And what was I saying? Oh, the 22nd, they're getting ready to come out with the pocket edition and a 10 of this deck, and I'm all over it already. This is my soul deck. And anytime I think of myself or Virgo, I think of this deck because it is my soul deck. It's very earthy, which is, look at that, Queen of Pentacles. I mean, come on. It is a very earthy deck, and I love it to pieces. It is my number one. If I could only ever have this deck, it would be this, or if I could only ever have one deck, it would be this deck. And everybody's seen it. And I'm just going to show y'all the rest of the cards here. There's a lot of greens in it, which also make me think earthy. And it's beautiful. So that is deck 1. Oh my gosh. Of my 10 Virgo decks. And of course, I have to say, this is just my opinion. You guys can probably have the same decks and probably think of it differently. But when I think of Virgo, I think of the end of summer. Things are still green. It hasn't quite turned to fall yet, even though fall changes over in September, but it's the end of September. But my birthday still falls toward the end of summer. It's still hot. It's still summer, but we know fall is coming. You know it's around the corner. And that's kind of what I based this on is, you know, the end of summer toward heading into fall. So for my next deck, I picked the Mystic Fairy Tarot by Linda Ravenscroft. This is a Llewellyn publication. This is the small one that comes in the little flip box here with the little white book. It's borderless. I did edge it in all these multiple greens. It is stunning. I love the Llewellyn cardstock because it shuffles like amazing. That was my bad, but it shuffles great. I keep messing it up. Anyway, it's a beautiful deck. I don't really use this one. If I do use it, I said earlier in the year, I'm confused between it being a fall or a spring deck. So I haven't used it for either. But it is a very end of summer because the colors are more muted, kind of winding down the hustle and bustle of, being, that's the time of year people are coming back for school and all their vacations are done, and the air just gets a little bit cooler at night. But that's kind of what we're looking at here, these kind of decks. And I love, 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 love this deck. I cannot wait for the Victorian Romantic Is it Victorian? The Victorian Fairy Tarot. It is a long out-of-print deck. It is back through Kickstarter. That should be coming in October, maybe November. I'm dying for that deck because it is a more fall fairy deck. This one is on the cusp there. It's like the end of summer, end of fall, and I love it. So that's deck 2. This next deck is also a Llewellyn deck. Oh yeah. This is the Soul Cats Tarot. The artist is Adam Ohlers. Love this Sun card. I freaking adore this deck. I love the kitties in it. I love the artwork. And I don't know if I said it, this is a Llewellyn deck as well. It comes with a big box, big book. It's stunning. That's all I can say. It's stunning. And for some reason, this deck gives me, just kind of like for that reason alone, or the Sun card we passed, or something like this, it gives me that end of summer vibe. You got a little couple leaves that look like they're turning. It's just a stunning deck, and I love it. It's that end of summer. Yeah, there's some fall leaves here going on, but we still got some green grass. It's starting to turn into fall, but it hasn't quite yet. And that's, yeah, I love this deck. It is Soul Cats Tarot. I can't remember if it's Barbara Moore. I think it's the other one. Hold on a second. Okay. It is Soul Cats. This is the companion book by Lisa Robertson. And then Adam Ohlers did the artwork. The same person that did the Oak Ash and Thorn and the Smoke Ash and Embers and the Thistledown Oracle. He also did this. This was his first mass market. And as you can see, I did a crappy job on this pouch. It's all coming apart, but I'm trying to make another one where it's all kitties for the Soul Cats, and then it's got a little kitty cat button. Eventually I'll get that right. So that was deck 3. On to deck 4. I put it in a pouch because I've been actively working with it. This is the Tarot of the Witch's Garden. I etched it in this army looking green that matches this part of the green perfectly, I thought. This is a Llewellyn deck, but it's a linen cardstock, which I've never seen them do before. You can tell it's linen there. But there's some kind of coating on it that doesn't make it slippy, which I love. I got this deck. It came out this year. I freaking adore it. This deck did for me this year what the Soul Cats did for me last year. And they're both beautiful. There's so much green in this deck. You can't help but think of Virgo season with this deck. Look at that. I mean, come on. Look at this Queen of Pentacles. I mean, everything is green. There's a lot of, if you notice, there's a lot of green in a lot of these decks. Because it's that last burst of summer before fall takes hold, and I love it. And this is my favorite time of year also. You can't tell it today because it's over 100 degrees right now outside. If you open your door, it's just going to take your breath away. I love this death card. I love so much about this deck. But that is the, oh my gosh. That is my Tarot of the Witch's Garden. And I keep it in this pouch here because I use it quite a bit. So I don't keep it in its big box it came with. And actually the box it came in was tore all to hell when I got it. So I keep it in a pouch. That was 4 decks. We got 6 left. I keep this one in a pouch because it was a low scare barrel tuck box. And the tuck box is crap and fell apart. But this is one of my top 10 decks. I've etched it in this dark green to match the backs. And as you can tell, there is a theme here. Everything is green. This is a Universal Celtic Tarot. Comes with a little white book because it is low scare barrel. I freaking love this deck. The reason I bought this deck was the 8 of Swords, which is the card I always look to in tarot hopefully we'll come across it. There she is. Speak of the devil. This is the first one I've seen a depiction of the Eight of Swords where she's not blindfold. She's not bound. In fact, she has two of the swords in her hand. And in fact, she has wings. The swords are surrounding her on the ground, but she could take flight at any moment. And I love that concept in this card. I love the flowers strategically placed, hiding all her bits. It is just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful deck, or beautiful card. Anyway, all this card is very green, very earthy, very Virgoan to me, which is probably why I connect with it so deeply. Is stunning. Stunning, 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 stunning deck. Look at that. Just the trees. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. That is the Universal Celtic Tarot, and as you can see, they shuffle low scare barrel, tuck box decks anyway, shuffle like a dream. So, yeah. That is a Universal Celtic Tarot. Next we have, and I debated putting this in here because this deck almost feels like the beginnings of fall. But I'm like, if I'm doing that cusp time of year as we're transitioning from summer to fall, this would actually be a perfect deck for that. And that is the Herb Crafters Tarot by US Games. I've talked about this deck quite a bit. Of course, you see all the green because it's green. And it's my favorite color. It's very earthy. I love the cardstock on this. And it shuffles like a dream. These are the backs. These are quite a bit larger than the decks, the few decks I just showed you. But when I first got this deck, as you can see, it's all plants and stuff. It's total, to me, Virgo, the ultimate Virgo earthy deck. When I got this deck, I was like, oh yeah, that's Valerian sounds perfect for the Eight of Water, right? Or the Burdock sounds perfect for the Hanged One. Or the Nettle is perfect for the Ace of Earth. And I understood immediately why these were perfect depictions. And I'm like, why do I know this? Well, I realized later on, I have had so many past life readings done. It's not even funny. The very first one I had done, I was told that I was a witch in a previous life, 1100 AD in England. And that I did tinctures and potions. If you got pregnant and you didn't want to be pregnant, you came to me. And I was this witch that lived in the woods. And I was the ultimate hermit. And when it was by word of mouth that everybody came to me for certain things, and I knew all the herbs, and I knew all the potions, and what herbs do this and what herbs do that. I knew all of this information. And so it's funny because anytime I get this deck out, I don't remember it on a daily, but when I get this deck out, it's like I'm remembering bits of that past life. And I remember, oh yes, lavender is perfect for the Four of Air, why lavender is being used, and blah, 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 blah. And it just boggles my mind that this deck does that for me. It trips, you're going to say, or triggers that past life memory for me. It's almost like a scent memory, like you smell something and you're remembering things. And that's what this deck does for me. And it's stunning, and I love it to pieces. I love any earthy deck, honestly. But that's what this deck does, and I'm like, that's insane. And of course, I was killed by the same people that, in that life, I was killed by the same people that came to me for potions and stuff. Because eventually, somebody got blamed for something, and then I got blamed for it, and then they all killed me. So, it did not end well. Next, we have the Green Witch Tarot by Anna Mora. It is art by Carrie Ostergaard Leonard. Everybody knows what this deck is. I've seen it. This is a Llewellyn deck also. Maybe it's just Llewellyn. I've got a lot of Llewellyn decks in this. But they're all earthy decks, though, right? These are the backs. These are the edges. I edged in emerald green. And they shuffle amazing because it's typical. It is the typical Llewellyn cardstock here. And again, we have this very earthy, very green, very abundant deck. And I can't help but think of Virgo when I see this. And everybody's seen this deck. This is a pretty old deck. So, and I just got it this year. So I'm still loving on it. And I just found it interesting. There's some kind of animal, bird, or insect, bird, something in every single card except one that I found in this deck, which I found interesting. Love that guy. I'm actually setting that aside for another project I'm doing. But yeah, there's a peacock peeking in. It's really cool. Really, really cool deck. And I did not think that I would love it as much as I do. I adore this deck. It's right up there with the Carol the Witch's Garden. And yeah, it's beautiful. It's in its box right now, but I've been using both of those quite a bit lately. Where's the book? Oh, right in front of me. And I even love the book. Last two. So that was 8, right? 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. I only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I only have 9 decks. Hold up. I only grabbed 9 decks, I guess. I'll have to pause it here in a minute and find another one. But this one is the Wildwood Tarot. Everybody's seen this deck. I don't have the book or anything out because I keep it in a pouch because, yeah. I plan on working with it. I just haven't yet. Not really. It's very glossy back cardstock. Everybody's seen this deck, though. Oh, my God. There's another one in there. The Heron is following me lately. This is a beautiful, beautiful earthy deck, and I love it to pieces. I just haven't really used it. I got it and the next one I'm going to show you last year. They're, to me, 2 of the most ultimate Virgo decks you can find. They're stunning. I just haven't used it. And I think part of it is because I need to trim it, and I haven't trimmed it yet. But that is the Wildwood Tarot. And then the 9th deck I have here is the Druidcraft Tarot deck by illustrated by Will Worthington, who also did the Wildwood work on that deck. I did trim it. It was the smaller box size, the size of this book, and I trimmed it down to just this and left the bottoms on here. And it actually came out really, really well. I did the edge it in this lighter green. Now they shuffle amazing, much better than they did before. Yeah, I can get my hands around them now. And I actually have quite a bit, I used this quite a bit since I trimmed it. And when I bought it because I kept dreaming of it. And I'm like, I don't want you. And it's like, but you need me. And again, it's one of those decks, it's like the ultimate Virgo deck. Seriously. It's earthy, it's beautiful, there's a lot of greens in it. Stunning. Yeah, beautiful. And it's just stunning. And then once I trimmed the edges, I'm like, oh yeah, now I see what everybody's talking about. Because the edges were just too much. They had 2 borders. Like, come on. Like, see, you have this border here, and then they had another border. And I'm like, why? Why? But this broke me down. Because I kept dreaming about it. I'm like, I don't want you. And it's like, but you need me. And I'm like, okay. So hold on one second. Okay. I wasn't going to put this deck in here because it's more of a fall deck for me. But it is the Okash and Thorn. I love this deck. I rarely use it just because it's so beautiful and so exotic to me. I mean, it has my heart. See, it's more of a fall deck to me, so I put it usually, but here it's like the transitioning time between summer and fall. And I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Look at that. Come on. It's a stunning deck. Of course, it's Adam Oler's artwork. I love his artwork. These decks are stunning. And these are the kind of decks I tend to pull out during Virgo season, during this time of year where I have this slap of beauty that's this little bit of beauty that's left, but things are starting to change and die off. And I need that little burst of love, that little burst of beauty and nature and green to remind me of what I just went through in the summer. So these are my top 10 Virgo decks. And I love this freaking Hangman so much. I hate mice, but he is adorable. Little field mouse. His artwork, man. I am dying for the Thistledown Oracle. Cannot wait to get it. Look at this death card. Come on. These are like the ultimate Virgo green decks to me. And I think of green when I think of Virgo too. Because I think of Earth. And these are my top 10 earthy Virgo decks, guys. Like the top ones. And it's funny because there's people in them, but the Light Seers is the only one that's like different than all of them. But that is my top 10 Virgo decks. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, don't hesitate to comment below. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more, please subscribe. And don't forget to hit that notification button so you're alerted to any future videos. And I'm going to make this as a tag. So if y'all want to do it, I'm all for looking at everybody's decks because I feel like as a Virgo, I need all the Virgo type decks. So if there's some out there I don't have, I'll probably have to get them. Anyway, I'll let you guys go and stay tuned for the top 10 Virgo Oracle decks. Bye.